What if I told you that one of Hollywood's longest-lasting marriages, 18 years of red carpets, anniversaries, and love songs, just crashed and burned in a way nobody saw coming? Nicole Kidman has locked in a $3.5 million Nashville mansion, while Keith Urban has straight-up walked out for good. At first, it might sound like just another celebrity breakup, but trust me, the truth goes way deeper. And let's be real, this isn't some rumor or gossip. The divorce is official. According to People, Nicole Kidman filed in Nashville on September 30, 2025, after nearly 19 years of marriage. That legal move officially ended what many people thought was Hollywood's most unbreakable love story. Because this isn't just about love falling apart, it's about splitting a $282 million empire, packed with shocking prenup clauses, custody drama, and whispers of secrets fans never imagined. Behind those perfect smiles and staged moments, the cracks had been building for years. Now those cracks have blown wide open for the whole world to see. Nicole has come out with control, stability, and the family home. Keith, the same guy who used to sing about forever, is now living out of a downtown penthouse. So how did things get this messy? Stick with me, because by the end, you'll understand why this isn't just a breakup, but one of the wildest Hollywood power shifts of the decade. And if stories like this grab your attention, go ahead and hit subscribe so you don't miss the next big reveal. The glamorous illusion. For almost 2 decades, Nicole Kidman and Keith Urban looked like the couple who had somehow cracked Hollywood's impossible code, a marriage that could survive fame, money, and non-stop spotlight. Every time they stepped on a red carpet, it wasn't just an appearance, it was a whole vibe. Nicole, graceful and classy, floating in designer gowns. Keith, charming and laid back, holding her hand or whispering something that made her laugh. To fans, they looked like pure stability in an industry full of chaos. Their social media kept selling that dream. Anniversaries with emotional captions, family holiday photos, even Keith singing to Nicole on stage while crowds went crazy. They became the couple magazines used as proof that real love still existed in Hollywood. People admired them not just for their success, but for what looked like an unshakable bond. But like always in Hollywood, the image was polished, not permanent. Behind those perfect photos, the cracks were getting bigger. Nicole was busy with non-stop film projects, flying across the world for months. Keith was just as busy, touring globally, living in hotels, chasing that stadium high. For years, their lives moved in totally different lanes, only crossing when their schedules allowed. At first, the distance felt normal, 2 driven stars giving each other space. But slowly, that balance turned into emotional distance. Time apart stopped feeling temporary and started feeling permanent. Friends close to them saw it before the public did. The laughter on red carpets wasn't happening at home anymore. And while fans were still falling for anniversary posts, the foundation of their marriage was quietly falling apart. Mansion and custody power move. When the divorce news hit, one detail instantly blew up the headlines. Nicole Kidman would stay in the couple's $3.5 million Nashville mansion, while Keith Urban packed up and left. At first, it looked like a normal property split. But according to reports, this wasn't just about real estate, it was strategy, custody, and control. Nicole's divorce filing specifically asked to remain in the Nashville home and be named the primary custodian of their daughters. That confirmed what many fans already felt. This wasn't just about a house, it was a serious power move to secure stability. That mansion wasn't just another property. It was the heart of their family life. Birthdays, Christmas mornings, and the place where their daughters, Sunday Rose and Faith Margaret, grew up. By staying there, Nicole wasn't only holding memories, she was making her strongest legal move yet. Court documents confirmed she got primary custody, with the girls living with her 306 days a year, while Keith received just 59 days. Think about that for a second. The Nashville mansion isn't just luxury, it's the legal center of their daughter's stability. Nicole wants them in the same bedrooms, the same schools, the same neighborhood, even while everything else changes. In her mind, consistency was the one thing she could protect during such a tough time. Meanwhile, Keith has been seen in a modern downtown penthouse, nice, sure, but nowhere near the emotional weight of that home. To fans, it felt symbolic, the mother holding the heart of the family, the father now on the outside. And in Hollywood, image is everything. Nicole staying in that house wasn't about memories, it was about sending a message. This wasn't just her home. It was her stronghold. Keith walks out. While Nicole stayed in the $3.5 million Nashville mansion with their daughters, Keith Urban was spotted moving into a sleek downtown penthouse. For a man who once sang about forever, seeing him living out of a suitcase hit fans hard. The country star, who built his career on emotional love songs, suddenly looked like a guy without a home base, without an anchor, and honestly, without the life everyone thought he had. To everyone who had been following their story for almost 20 years, it honestly felt unreal. Keith had always been the guy who spoke openly about how much he loved Nicole, even saying she saved his life and kept him grounded. But now the whole vibe had flipped. He was the one standing outside, watching Nicole lock in her role as the stable parent and the one holding down the home. For fans, that contrast hit hard and became one of the most chilling parts of the breakup. Online, people started calling it Hollywood's quiet heartbreak. No messy drama, no wild public meltdown, just a slow, silent falling apart where the details spoke louder than any headlines. On one side, a mansion full of memories. On the other, a temporary high-rise. Nicole putting all her focus into giving the kids stability, while Keith kept chasing the rhythm of life on the road. And honestly, this low-key separation carried way more weight than any scandal ever could. It made people feel like their love story didn't explode, it just faded. Years of choices stacking up. Tours that ran too long. Film shoots that kept them miles apart. And a silence that got louder than the music or the cameras. In the end, Keith walking out wasn't just about leaving the house. It was a symbol of the gap that had been growing for years. And the whole world couldn't stop wondering, was this heartbreak always gonna happen? Behind all the emotions of Nicole Kidman and Keith Urban's split, there's a massive financial empire that most couples can't even dream of. Together, their net worth is said to be close to $282 million. But what makes it even crazier is how uneven that money is split, and how that difference shaped the divorce. Their real estate alone is worth over $56 million, with some of the most elite addresses in the world. The Nashville mansion Nicole fought to keep is the crown jewel, but that's just part of the story. They also own a luxury apartment in Manhattan, a farmhouse in Keith's home country Australia, plus properties in Los Angeles and Sydney. Each place shows off their jet-set lifestyle, but together, it's basically a real estate empire that makes Hollywood insiders jealous. But when it comes to personal wealth, Nicole is way ahead. Reports say her net worth is around $250 million, while Keith's is closer to $75 million. And that gap isn't just numbers, it's power. Nicole built her career with steady film roles, award-winning performances, and huge brand deals. She also runs her own production company, so she's calling shots behind the scenes too. Keith, meanwhile, created a strong career as a global touring artist, but his income hasn't been as steady. Tours bring in big money, sure, but they also mean constant travel and zero stability. And yeah, that difference mattered. In court and in public, Nicole's financial security gave her the upper hand. In Hollywood divorces, it's rarely about who loved harder. It's about who can walk away stronger. And in this case, Nicole had the edge, no doubt. Just when fans thought the drama couldn't get wilder, an old rumor popped back up and got everyone talking again, the so-called cocaine clause. This detail from their prenup has now returned to the spotlight. When Nicole and Keith got married in 2006, his struggles with substance use were already known. Nicole, wanting to protect her family and her money, reportedly made sure the prenup connected his sobriety to his finances. The deal was simple but brutal. If Keith relapsed, Nicole could walk away with everything untouched. If he stayed sober, he would get $600,000 for every year they stayed married. After 18 years, that total is close to $12 million, money he's reportedly entitled to now that the marriage is ending. Some fans thought the clause was cold. Others said it was genius. Either way, it showed something real. Even the most glamorous Hollywood love stories are still business, at the end of the day. For outsiders, this changed how people saw the marriage. Was it all romance and loyalty, or was it also a smart strategy to protect huge fortunes? Some even say the prenup reflected the tension between Keith's unpredictable touring life and Nicole's need for stability. So yeah, even though Keith left the mansion, he didn't exactly walk away broke. It's the kind of detail fans can't stop talking about, because it perfectly shows the thin line between love and negotiation in celebrity relationships. And for Nicole and Keith, that clause is no longer just gossip, it's part of their legacy. In Hollywood, love and business are always tangled together. Quick reminder, if you've been following this story so far, don't forget to subscribe, because what comes next will totally change how you see their marriage. Even before the divorce papers were signed, the cracks in their relationship were already showing. People close to them said Keith had started feeling restless living in the shadow of Nicole's huge success. One insider reportedly said it straight up, Keith was tired of being Mr. Kidman. For a guy who built his identity on sold-out tours and emotional country songs, feeling overshadowed became a quiet frustration that just kept growing. Meanwhile, Nicole's career was still on fire. One project after another, international commitments, red carpets, award shows, she was everywhere. Keith, always traveling for tours, felt himself drifting further away. What once looked like a perfect balance between two driven careers slowly turned into pressure, with their lives running side by side, but never really crossing. Fans started looking back at their picture-perfect image. One moment really stood out, Nicole's last anniversary post on Instagram. At first, it seemed sweet, big smiles, love, the whole forever energy. But now, looking back, some fans say the smile looked forced, her eyes tired. What once felt romantic now looks like a performance, a way to keep everything looking perfect while things were falling apart behind the scenes. This distance didn't just happen overnight. It built up over years. Missed memories. Hotel rooms instead of family dinners. Red carpets instead of quiet nights at home. What fans saw as glamorous milestones were actually moments of absence, time apart that no photo, no filter, and no caption could ever hide. The illusion of perfection was cracking, and underneath it, both Nicole and Keith were living a truth that looked way different from the headlines. Rumors and new woman. As the marriage fell apart, whispers about a new chapter in Keith Urban's life started buzzing. One Nicole Kidman was never part of. TMZ reported hints of some mysterious new connection in Keith's orbit. No official names were ever confirmed, but just the suggestion was enough to light a wildfire of speculation. For fans who once saw the couple as a symbol of true love, the idea of another woman stepping in felt like a punch to the gut. Message boards and social media exploded with theories, with some trying to line up timelines, matching Keith's tour dates with Nicole's filming schedule, looking for overlaps that could spill the tea on a hidden story. Every concert pic, every backstage snap suddenly became a clue in this unsolved puzzle. The maddening part? Nothing solid ever showed up. No photos of Keith with someone new, no official confirmation, no statement from either side. Yet, the silence just made the rumors louder. Fans started wondering, was this mysterious presence the final straw that made Nicole go, "I can't fake it anymore"? Or was the marriage already shattered beyond repair? In Hollywood, No proof rarely stops curiosity, it usually fuels it. Tabloids live off speculation, and in this case, the uncertainty had everyone hooked. Whether or not a new woman was really involved, the rumor became part of the story, throwing a shadow over Keith's role in the breakup. For Nicole, the whispers added extra pain. For Keith, they were just another question mark in a divorce already stacked with them. And for fans, it was a reminder that even the most perfect stories hide secrets no one sees coming. Image shift. Once the dust from the divorce settled, something surprising happened. Nicole Kidman's public image didn't crumble under the scandal, it leveled up. Instead of being seen as cold or distant, she came out as strong, composed, and finally drawing the line. Headlines hailed her resilience, and fans called her the picture of quiet strength. She wasn't the woman left behind, she was the one who chose peace over pretense. Keith Urban, on the other hand, got a totally different vibe. The man once celebrated for his romantic devotion suddenly looked restless, maybe even bitter. Reports highlighted his frustration at being labeled Mr. Kidman, a title that hit deep. His image shifted from devoted hubby to overshadowed star, a guy struggling to stand in the shadow of his wife's unstoppable career. Public opinion split hard. Some saw Keith as a victim of neglect, a husband worn down by endless separations and fame's imbalance. Others thought he drifted away by choice, distracted by the road, the spotlight, maybe even temptations Nicole could no longer ignore. What made this shift hit so deep was its subtlety. No explosive fights, no messy presses, just two narratives playing out quietly. Nicole stayed solid, unshaken. Keith looked like he was quietly unraveling. Fans were left scratching their heads. Did Keith walk away, or did Nicole's strength slowly push him out? The truth might never be fully known, but one thing's clear, the world's view of them changed forever. And in Hollywood, image is everything. Symbolism of the mansion. The $3.5 million Nashville mansion that once symbolized Nicole and Keith's shared dream now tells a totally different story. Same rooms where their daughters celebrated birthdays, where family pics hung, where laughter filled the halls. But after the split, Nicole reclaimed the house, not as a reminder of loss, but as a symbol of survival. Instead of running from the memories, she stayed in the place where the cracks first appeared. Bold move, it screams she's not defined by a broken marriage. The mansion, once full of love echoes, now stands as her fortress of independence and stability. For Nicole, keeping it wasn't about nostalgia, it was about keeping her daughters' lives steady. Same bedrooms, same schools, same neighborhood. In a chaotic moment, she turned the house into a sanctuary of continuity. Fans noticed. Many online call it Nicole's post-divorce glow-up era. Far from broken, she looks more grounded than ever. With new film projects, brand deals, and critical acclaim returning after expats, her career looks untouchable amid the personal chaos. Meanwhile, Keith's been spotted in a downtown penthouse, a far cry from the family home's warmth. The contrast is striking, Nicole rooted and steady, Keith drifting, searching. The mansion has become more than real estate, it's the emotional heart of this story, proof resilience can grow where heartbreak lived. Emotional fallout. All the legal filings, real estate moves, and money talks aside, the deepest hurt from Nicole and Keith's split isn't in dollars, it's in the silence left behind. People magazine says those closest to Nicole revealed she felt like she lost her best friend. That hit fans hard who'd admired their bond. This wasn't just a marriage ending, it was the unraveling of a partnership that defined their lives for nearly 2 decades. Keith, too, shows subtle signs that the breakup weighs heavy on him. Recently spotted in public without his wedding ring, Keith looked less like the polished country superstar we're used to and more like a guy carrying some invisible weight. For someone usually all about romance and devotion, that missing ring kinda spoke volumes. A quiet hint that even his letting go of the image he once worked so damn hard to protect. Fans, of course, are all over the place. Some feel for Keith, thinking he got shoved aside by a career that left him playing second fiddle. Others are cheering for Nicole, props to her for putting her daughter's stability above everything else. Social media is lit with debates, everyone picking up scraps of info to back their side. But let's be real, it's rarely that black and white. In most marriages, celeb or not, it's rarely all one person's fault. Distance, ambition, and quiet tension can wreck even the strongest bonds. For Nicole and Keith, the heartbreak wasn't in screaming fights, but in the small, quiet stuff, the kind that leaves fans shook, wondering how something so beautiful just unraveled without a scene. Hollywood illusion versus reality. In the months before the divorce, Nicole Kidman and Keith Urban still looked like the couple with it all together. They hit premieres side by side, flashed those perfect smiles for photos, and shared warm words in interviews. To the outside world, nothing seemed off. But insiders later spilled that a lot of that last year. Pure act. Behind closed doors, cracks were widening. Nicole was slammed with intense film schedules, while Keith was restless on tour, pulled farther from home. Those sweet moments on red carpets. Just quick pit stops in a relationship already fraying. What fans saw as unity was really just a careful illusion to keep things smooth, for the kids, their careers, and maybe themselves. This isn't just Nicole and Keith, it's Hollywood 101. Fame demands couples look perfect, even when the reality's messy. Smiles become armor, public appearances become performances, and real intimacy gets replaced with strategy. For them, the final act wasn't loud arguments or meltdowns, it was silence. The kind that screams when the cameras are off. Divorce filings ripped that veil away, showing the fans what they never saw. What looked like one of Hollywood's strongest bonds. Turns out, it was fragile as any other. The split didn't just end a marriage, it busted the myth that fame, money, or success can protect love from life's quiet cracks. The final word. In the end, Nicole and Keith's story isn't just a celeb marriage gone south, it's what happens when love, ambition, and fame collide. Nicole lost her partner, but gained something huge, control over her own story. Her line, "I can't pretend anymore," wasn't just for Keith, it was for her kids, and maybe the millions watching. That $3.5 million mansion she fought to keep. More than a house now, it's a symbol of resilience, proof she chose stability over illusion. Keith's path looks different, touring, making music, maybe pouring what words can't say into his songs. The contrast. Nicole grounded, Keith drifting from stage to hotel. Fans are left asking more questions than we got answers. Was Keith pushed out by Nicole's unshakable strength? Or did he just drift away, unable to match her pace? Most likely, it's somewhere in that gray area in between. One thing's clear, in a world where celebrity couples live on carefully crafted facades, this split shows that even the brightest smiles can hide deep cracks. And honestly, it's kinda universal. Behind all the glitz, Nicole and Keith's story reflects what a lot of couples face: distance, ambition, and that painful silence when lives stop sinking. Nicole may have lost her marriage, but she's walking forward with something you can't put a price on: the power to own her story. And maybe that's her biggest win. So, what do you think? Did Nicole really win this one, or did Keith bounce on his own terms? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next big Hollywood reveal.